October 22nd, Feast of St. John Paul II. Welcome to Daily Saints with Grace. Concise, faithful storytelling that moves quickly and stays with you. Today we meet a man who stared down an age and answered with hope. John Paul II, the priest formed in secret, the bishop who walked through history's fire, the pope who told the world, "Be not afraid." From occupied Poland to St. Peter's Square, his life reads like a map of the 20th century. Suffering, courage, forgiveness, and a love for the human person that would not bend. What forged him? How did he keep joy when the costs were high? Stay close. First, the boy from Wadowis who learned to pray in the dark. Wadowis was small, but the world kept breaking over it. Karol Wojtyla lost his mother young, his brother soon after, and then watched his country ground under boots. He loved language, theater, mountains, things that make a human heart wide. When the occupiers shut down classrooms, he joined an underground theater that kept culture breathing. Beneath the surface, another call rose. He slipped into the clandestine seminary run by Cardinal Sapieha. Formation by candlelight, textbooks passed hand to hand, silence learned the hard way. He worked at a quarry to survive, carried stones by day, carried scripture by night. The habits formed here never left him. Prayer before plans, discipline without drama, courage that whispers instead of shouts. By the time he was ordained, he knew what fear tries to do to people. Shrink them. His answer would be permanent. Open the soul wider than fear. As a young priest, he hiked with students, said mass on makeshift altars, listened more than he spoke. He didn't hide from hard questions on love, freedom, and the body. He studied them week after week until words could heal. In Krakow, he became bishop during a concrete winter. He negotiated for churches, defended workers, and taught that human dignity isn't a slogan. It's the scaffolding of a free society. At the Second Vatican Council, he helped craft a vision of the church in the modern world. Truth without contempt, mercy without compromise. You can hear his voice in that vision. Clear, stubbornly hopeful, allergic to despair. People often expected politics. He aimed deeper. Change the person and the person will change history. A white smoke no one predicted. A name called from a country the world thought contained. Habemus Papam, Karol Wojtyla. The first non-Italian pope in more than 4 centuries stepped onto that balcony and gave the century its sentence. Be not afraid. It wasn't theater. It was diagnosis. He knew fear from the inside, war fear, secret police fear, career fear, crowd fear, and he knew that fear talks people into smallness. So he started moving. To Mexico, Poland, Africa, Asia, millions in open air, not to applaud a celebrity, but to hear someone say out loud what they suspected was true. You were made for freedom and truth. St. Peter's Square, May 13th, 1981. Shots crack the afternoon. A body slumps in white. He nearly dies. He lives. Later, in a small prison room, he meets the man who shot him. No cameras for drama. Just 2 men, 1 question, and a mercy that doesn't wait for worthiness. He speaks softly. He forgives. The world doesn't know what to do with forgiveness. It doesn't fit the scripts. From then on, his body would move slower. His soul did not. He took the wound and turned it into permission to talk about suffering without cliché, to stand with the sick without pretending, to lead without hiding pain. He refused to be a manager of decline. He traveled because the church is not a museum. It's a people who keep moving. He launched World Youth Day and handed young hearts a dare. Set the bar higher than your screen. Back in Poland, 1979, he prayed words that felt like an earthquake. Let your spirit descend and renew the face of the earth. Crowds answered with courage they'd hidden for years. Floors started to crack in places built on fear. When the Berlin Wall finally fell, no one could give any one person the credit. Still, you could trace lines from a voice that wouldn't concede the human person to any system. Borders moved. Hearts did too. He wrote like a man in a hurry, on human love and the meaning of the body, teaching many call theology of the body. He argued that desire isn't the enemy. Using people is. On faith and reason, he refused the false choice. The mind's light and the soul's light were made to work together. He reached out to Judaism and Islam, asked forgiveness for the church's sins, and kept repeating the phrase human dignity until it stopped sounding like jargon. Not all years read clean. Reports and critiques later questioned how some crises were handled, and not every decision convinced every watcher. Keep the tone honest and humane. Saints aren't airbrushed, they are tested. What endured in him was the same refrain: truth with mercy, mercy with truth, spoken even when applause thinned. Parkinson's made every movement a sermon. He chose to stay visible to show that weakness doesn't cancel mission. In 2005, the world kept vigil. When the bells tolled, candles rose like a second city. In 2014, he was canonized, not because crowds loved him, but because love remade him. What remains is simple and hard. Open the door of your life to Christ. Refuse the smallness fear sells. Forgive faster than anger expects. Take the long road with people, not around them. And when suffering sits down in your house, don't pretend you're strong. Ask to be faithful. Thanks for watching Daily Saints with Grace. If St. John Paul II stirred courage in you today, share this with someone who feels cornered, and subscribe for tomorrow's saint.